Hey, this is Shana Ross with Shana Ross Fitness, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about how to do a squat. You know, if you followed me for any amount of time, I'm sure you've heard me say or you've read somewhere that I think a squat is a movement of life. It is a life movement that all of us should be able to do. Once we lose that ability to squat, look at all the things that become more difficult for us. Getting in and out of a car. Getting up and down off of the floor, sitting on and getting up off of a toilet seat. I mean, all of those things are built around being able to do a squat. And what prevents us from being able to do that? Well, as we get older, joint pain can do that, possibly old injuries, just losing muscle mass, as we automatically do when we get older if we're not staying active and doing things to keep our muscle mass. So very quickly, let's just go over some things that prevent us from doing a good squat. All right, so if a lot of us work in offices or we just do a lot of sitting during the day, that can shorten our hip flexor muscles. When that happens, you begin to be being pulled forward. And if you notice people standing in line, say at a grocery store or just walking around the office, we see a lot of this posture, this very shoulders rolled forward, belly relaxed, butt kind of tucked under, knees locked so that you're forward on your toes. That is, well, number one, it's just not good for your health, but number two, it presents you in a very way, you know, it's just, yeah, you know, here I am. But look at what you can do to improve that almost immediately. Take these middle back muscles, simply engage them, and lift your chest. Now, I didn't pull my shoulders back. You know, your mom was always saying, pull your shoulders back. I didn't pull my shoulders back. I lifted my chest by using the muscles in my middle back. Now, to get the weight off of my toes and back into my heels, more evenly distributed in my feet, I'm going to let my knees go soft. I'm not going to bend. I'm just going to let them go soft. There should be a curve in your low back. That's called the lordotic curve. It's supposed to be there. Instead of your butt staying tucked under, just let it relax so that you have that little curve in your back. Now you're ready to practice good posture for your squat. Now as you go down, if your hip flexors are tight, if your ankles are tight, you're going to start being pulled forward and your ankles aren't going to allow the foot to flex enough for you to go very deep. So if that's happening, you're going to be in a more forward posture that's very hard on your back. Instead, use those middle muscles of the back, keep that chest lifted, chin neutral, hinge backward at your hip flexors, and go into the squat with those abs nice and engaged. Now, I'm not sucking in my abs, I just have them engaged. How do you know if they're engaged? Cough, laugh. Your abs automatically get tighter when you do that. Those are engaged abs. So very quickly, chest up, relaxed, sit back from the hips, into the heels, tighten your butt as you stand up, and come back up center. Now, if you don't have good balance right now, if you've gotten a little weak and you need to practice this, go find something stationary at your home. Make sure it's not going to turn over. You can grab the back of a chair, the side of a counter, your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, anything like that. Let this hold you up so that you can sink into those heels. You're not having to worry about balance and falling over. Tighten that butt and stand back up. Ideally, it would be great if you could get to the point where you could hit this point, but then hold and continue on down. Even to sit on something this low, be able to push through your heels, tighten your butt up, use those abs, and pick yourself right back up. That's the anatomy of a squat. If you liked this video, come back to my YouTube channel, subscribe so that you get notified when I put a new one up, and I'll be right here helping you out all the way. Stay strong, keep moving. Thanks a bunch.